Hi, this is Ron Janish. Welcome to the Advanced Action Reaction course. In this course, you're going to learn the techniques for finding the ends of actions and reaction moves as taught by my friend Dr. Alan Andrews. This will enable you to become a true craftsman when it comes to approaching the markets. Now, there are many differences between the original Action Reaction course that Dr. Andrews taught and this one. Not so much in techniques, even though we do add a few things because of what we've learned as a result of our testing. But the most important difference is this. When Andrews taught, he focused on people being master traders. And the idea was that you would buy after each decline and sell after each subsequent rally, always being long or short. Always getting in right near the high, right near the low. For most people, when you're starting out, this is not easy. So we want to make it a bit easier. We want to increase your odds. Here's how we do it. What we're going to do is we're going to focus on, rather than you becoming a master trader like Alan Andrews was, we're going to focus on you becoming an advanced trader. And as an advanced trader, you enter after a reaction move is probably over. And in our course, that's what we show you. What are the different things to look for to see when a reaction move is over? And this, by the way, is also near the start of an action move in the opposite direction. Now, after the action move appears to be near the end, and we show you about that, rather than reverse as Alan would, wait until you have what you know to be the start of an action move by entering near the end of a reaction move. Let's see an example. Okay. If you remember back in November 08, this here was the low in the S&P, and prices went down and bounced off this H line, and I got into some video saying, yeah, this is a nice time here to reverse, and that prices were probably going to go up, and there was a number of reasons, and we go over those things in the course, and one of them is this particular pattern here. Prices bounced off a far H, and they were unable to stay beyond it, and so this here is the end of an action move because of this and several other things that we show you in the course. And so what happened is prices then went up, came back down, and as they came back down in a reaction pattern. Okay, you notice this as a course member. You draw an appropriate line. This is one of them. There's several other you could have done it with, and then you can enter at the end of the reaction move. And so down here, as we can see here, was clearly the end of a reaction move, and so you can enter the market here to take the ride to the upside. Now, this results in you having a defined risk, and that's important. During the course, you'll learn ways to determine with good probability what occurs near the beginning and end of an action moves and the start and finish of reaction moves. There will be times when it is not clear to you if it's a reaction or an action move. Then it is appropriate to temporarily just label it as rebalancing. No matter how long you're in the market, there will be times when you look at it and just go, what the heck? Then it's rebalancing. And later on, it'll become clear to you. By entering a move near the start of an action move and the end of a reaction move, you enter with high probability and low defined risk. There may be times when the market appears to be near the end of an action move and the market behaves in a puzzling manner. Until the pattern is very clear to you, it is rebalancing. If the move continues, then so be it. This may occur. Entering a move is done at the end of a reaction move, which come in different sizes, by the way, in different time frames, and the start of an action move. Reaction moves come in different sizes and forms. They occur several times during a long action move. With the course methods, making money in the market is not that difficult. The objective here is to keep from losing. Occasional losses occur. The objective is to keep them to a minimum and to have them be small compared to the gains. One of the many benefits of using the course methods is the ability to recognize that many trading opportunities are found by being able to recognize the various entry points that are now available to you using the high-powered course methods. As a course member, you learn to understand the various ways to recognize the start and finish of reaction moves and the beginning and ends of action moves. In order to find these important points as an ARB course member, you will use the methods shown in the course manual and learned at the private meetings and live seminars. Right now, you are learning to become an advanced trader. As an advanced trader, you enter after a reaction move is over, which is near the start of an action move. After the action move appears to be near the end, based on the course methods, rather than reverse, like Alan Andrews would, you wait until you have what you know to be the start of an action move by entering near the end of a reaction move. As you learn the various techniques in the course, it is important to keep this in mind. Now, as you look at the charts, ask yourself, is this action mode, reaction mode, or rebalancing? If necessary, physically step back from a chart and go back close to it again. It'll be easier for you. As you learn to master this using the course methods, you will amaze yourself at your skills because they will grow along with your account size. Let's see a practical example of this. Back in the summer of 2007, Trader's Journal, a Singapore-based magazine, published a technique for finding the ends of moves. I wrote the article. Ends of action moves come in various forms. This article examines one form. The concept is that if prices are unable to stay past an H line, the end of an action move has occurred. That's the concept, right? As you can see in this chart, prices, here's your ML, your high, low, high. Prices came down, came back up again, and as they came up, they were unable to stay past the far H. This is typical at the end of a long move of being the end of an action move. So this was a good place to say hasta la bye bye baby, taking profits here. We'll see what happens next. All right? At the point noted, the upward action was over. Then it was time to find a reaction point to go short with. Now this chart here is a daily chart, and we're using different median line points to draw the new median line with. This was the high where you would have gotten out, and then prices came down, and as they came down, they did several things along the way that you as a course member know is typical of the start of an action move. And then as they came back up, there were several things that occurred along the way here that you can recognize that help you to know that this is a reaction move. And so you were able to enter a short and the reaction move here to take the ride down very nicely. Right? That's the basis of the whole thing. Enter at the end of reaction moves and exit at the end of action moves. I thank you for your time. Please go to andrewscourse.com if you haven't already ordered the course manual. Get yourself a manual. Get yourself over to the seminar. See you there.